Hello everyone. So, you're joining me just as I'm refilling the fertilizer sprayer. Today's job is going to be a little bit of fertilizing. Well, I'll say a little bit. We need to fertilize both fields, and once that's done, we can switch the time up, sorry. Once that's done, I think what we're going to do is start looking at some available contracts. We haven't got much money, we've got a very large bank loan, and our fields just need to grow at the moment. So once we've got them fertilized, we'll have a look, see what's available, and maybe we can get ourselves a little bit of income doing a bit of work. Maybe even with our own equipment, which will save us some cost. There are other farmers around here, and other farmers have other fields with different jobs to do. So we're going to get back down to our fields. I don't really have a preference about which one we do first, so maybe the biggest first. Just to get it done quicker. And I mentioned something in one of my RimWorld videos that when watching back my own videos, I have noticed, I just missed the turning, I'll keep going. I've noticed that I say the word sow a lot. Not as in sow the plants, but as in, so what's next is... So in keeping with that, I hope you like the joke there. Tight zone. I'm going to try and avoid saying it as much as possible. It is necessary at certain times, but I don't think it's as necessary as I make it out to be. We'll get to this field now. The next field. Oh. We've already got some growth. I think that might be second stage of growth. We'll have a quick check on the map, and I might slow down time while I do this fertilizer. Let's have a quick check on the map. There we go. So, growing. This looks to be that second colour. So yes, we have started. So let's get into here. Get ourselves folded out. Now hopefully this won't take too long. As we saw in the previous episode with the sprayer, when we were doing the herbicide, this sprayer is nice and big. Just raise this boom up. There we go. If I just zoom out a little bit. There we go. And, oh, no, quickly, other way. There we go, away we go. Yeah, so it's a nice big sprayer, which should help us to get the field done quickly. I'm a little bit nervous about how much fertilizer we're going to need for this, but I'm hopeful that it will be okay. I would like to do the two fields with 1500 litres, because that means we bought enough with one crate or one tank to be able to cover everything. It might not be possible. We started with 2,200 in this tank, so if we can end up with 700 left after we've done both fields, I will be very, very happy. And I did say I was going to turn the speed down on the growth, so we'll just turn it down now. I also mentioned that I am going to move maps for several reasons. One of them being that I don't think I set this map up very well in terms of the gameplay we're doing. The other reason is also that I do not feel like my first few videos were actually done very well, which I'm sure many of you, if you are watching this, agree with me. And having looked at the stats for all the videos as well, it appears that people are just not enjoying them. They're not watching them for very long. I think the first few videos had such terrible audio that did not help anything. Now the audio is improved, but maybe it's too late and I need to do something different. So I will keep this going, maybe up to episode 10, or maybe I'll set a target, I don't know, something like we buy ourselves a house. After we buy ourselves a house, we'll say that Alex and Barbara are self-sufficient, they no longer need me. Maybe that's a good way of doing it. Because I really don't want to keep doing it if nobody's watching and nobody's enjoying who is watching. As I said before, I like to play realistically. I like to come up with these little sort of storylines to try and give myself a challenge. But this was supposed to be something entertaining, and if it's not entertaining, I will try something different. So Mercury Farms will be the next place I go to. As for when, not really sure yet. Like I said, maybe 10 episodes, maybe when they get a house. Hopefully, we can earn enough money for them to buy a house in 10 episodes. But let's not jinx ourselves. So I'm going a bit too fast really, seeing as I've got the boom all the way out. I'm going to end up hitting something if I do that. So off we go. Get the headland done on this side. The good news is, my target of having 700 left in the tank at the end looks like it's completely achievable based on the rate we're currently using the fertilizer. So off screen, what I do still need to do is go and pick up the rest of the fertilizer and herbicide, but I will do that using the unload feature that we have in these tanks. So I'll just basically unload it here and then load it back up at the other side down at the shop so that we can be sure we're filling it back up again. That's an easier way of transporting it than me having to get some sort of flatbed trailer or something to actually transport things with. Even if it is more unrealistic. I don't know actually. I don't know how easy it is to get fertilizer or herbicide out of a sprayer really. Maybe it's actually a really easy thing to do and it wouldn't be that ridiculous to be using the tank as a way of doing it, but I don't know. I am not an actual farmer, believe it or not. Although I do have a lot of plants that I like to grow. Chilies and herbs. Slightly random thing to say. I know nobody usually cares, but in case you do. So this is it. This is the last little stretch. Let's see it here. Just swing the boom. And there we go. Let's fold that in. And we can get into the next field. So if we can do the next field with, what is that? 859 litres, and we've achieved our target, and it takes half a tank to be able to fertilise both of these fields, which is great because I want to put a second fertilising layer on later. So that will be very, very handy. Just pull it here. There we go. You can see this small strip is working well. It's not an ideal place to park vehicles, but it does seem to be working. So away we go again. Is it turning darker? Yes, it is. It was difficult to see then for a second. I thought we were spraying into nowhere. And you can see all of the weeds that died off from our spray last time. Which is good because this field needed liming, it also needed ploughing. We did neither of those jobs, we just put some plants in. So if... oh, that wasn't supposed to happen, but I drove through the fence. I was trying to stop just before. Where was I? I was talking about something. Yes, because we didn't plough or lime, we are slightly down on the productivity of the field anyway. So it would be really good if we could actually increase that productivity through fertilising. So we're going to try and get everything covered. I know there was a small layer, I think, of weeds in both fields. Just a small one. But I don't think that will make a massive difference to the overall productivity. The field, on the whole, is fertilised. So we should be okay. So let's get the last bit done. Yeah, there you go. You can see you've got little green plants there. Those are the weeds that I missed. But I decided it wasn't worth going back over with herbicide just to take those tiny, tiny plants out. They are not worth it. The herbicide is not cheap. I did not want to waste it on two very small areas like that. There we go. So, I think this might be the last run. Perfect. So let's get that turned off, get this folded up. You see we've already emptied one herbicide tank. Going to put the fertiliser tank away from it. Because otherwise when we come to refill later, we'll have problems. Because if they're too close to each other, it doesn't really work out what it's supposed to be doing. There we go. Let's just lower that, yep. And look how dirty this is. The front weight is actually not that bad. But the tractor itself is filthy. I really love that mud effect. None of the other tractors seem to get that dirty. That is brilliant. Slightly unrealistic that this isn't that dirty. All the tool that's behind it, but there we go. So, I know, I said it again. We can see small patch of weeds here, small patch of weeds here. Both fields needed ploughing and liming. But we've now got first fertiliser stage on. Let's have a quick look at the jobs. We've got a harvesting job for potatoes. Okay. Harvesting job in field 69 for canola. Oh, a couple of other harvesting jobs down here. Okay. I think we can manage a harvesting job on our own. I don't think we need any extra equipment. We can do a cultivating job as well. I do have multiple missions turned on. So let's have a look at some of these. That is potatoes. That is field 2. We are not going to use their stuff. We're going to use our own. Apologies, that was my phone buzzing. So we've got that one. That one we said no good, it's potatoes. That one, we can take that one. What about this one? We can take that one as well. So, 69, 2, and 62. Have a quick look at where those are. 69, 2, and 62. 69 here, okay. 62 here. And where's 2? Field 2, down there. I quite like the look of field 2. Which means what we'll do, we will go and quickly change this onto some normal tyres and pick up the trailer. We will also pick up Alex, get everyone back here to convene, and then they can all head up in a nice long line. So I will see you in a couple of minutes once I've done that. So welcome back, guys. As you can see, we've got Alex up here in the harvester. We are just going to try and attach up to this header. I believe the header is going to fit into through the gate. Now the reason I'm a bit worried about this is because I do know for a fact that Virtual Farmer had some really big problems with this gate. So I'm really hoping that this works. Of course you can see, and you can probably hear from my steering wheel, I'm trying to turn around. I'm doing a very bad job of it. So let's just try and spin our way back out of here. The header is not actually in the perfect place. But that's because Barbara's parked in the wrong place. Quite annoying. Right, let's get that attached up. Okay. If we just back up a little. Okay, not like that. Let's try going forward a little. There we go. And what I'm hoping is that we can maybe just swing round enough that we can drag the header out by ourselves. But I have no idea if that's going to work, especially if we're doing things like banging into everything. As I said, this is a sort of partially realistic gameplay. It can't be fully realistic because I'm driving like an idiot like that, and then dropping the header like an idiot like that. Okay, I'm just going to give up on that, you know. Still, what I'm going to do, I'm going to plough past it. Like that. There we go. Easy. So, we're going to get Alex set up on Courseplay. first things first, let's get him in here. Ah, brilliant, fits. We just need to take a small section off, and I need to check. Let's unfold the harvester. Disable the straw swath. Which one disables? That one, there we go. I got it right first time. I'm genuinely amazed with myself there. So let's drop that down, turn it on, just check that's running. It is. So we're just going to take out this corner. Because once the corner's taken out, I can then sort of reverse around in this area a little bit. At the moment, I'm kind of stuck. I need to try and make sure I don't destroy any crop. Although I don't actually remember if you can destroy a crop that isn't yours. Let's try it, see what happens. If I drive straight through the middle of that, what happens? I crash is what happens. It looks like nothing. In which case that's great. Or maybe that did just destroy an awful lot of it and I didn't really notice. I don't know. It's because I've still got the header out, so I'm still harvesting slowly. Okay. Let's get Alex to hop out. Get this gate closed. And we'll just turn it off. For now, we will reverse it into position. I'm going to try and reverse it into position. Once, I've stopped messing around. There we go. So this is a very small header. And the combine is actually quite long. So we'll just see what happens here. So, course play. Here we go. Set field work. Let's go to course generation. We are in field 2, yes. Headlands, yes, around. I think we can go 5. This combine harvester does not turn very well, so yeah, I think we should go 5. Clockwise, which way are we pointing? Apparently we're pointing counterclockwise, so we'll go counterclockwise. Start working on headland, yes, headland. No, we'll go smooth and I'll clean up after. I'd rather that. There's no islands, don't skip. Return to the first point, deactivated. Generate course. Let's have a quick look at this. It's going to be starting from where we are. And we're just going to be going around in a circle. I'm very happy with that. The only bit I'm not happy about is what it's done here, but okay. Just to see if we can back up into that position. I really hope we can. If not, I do know a way around it. Okay. Let me just go back into here. One of these. There it is. So what we'll do, we'll just zoom out a bit. So you can see he's already starting to try to harvest here, so we will just go down there. Obviously this is not the way you would normally do it. This is the way that I'm doing it, because I'm not doing very well. We'll turn that back off. Up to here, start course at next closest waypoint, drive course, see how it gets on. Stop. Stop. Don't know why he did that. Let's turn it to nearest. Try again. There we go, that's better. And we can see. There we go. Just take a screenshot there. Oh, we've got a balloon in the background. Oh, lovely. There we go. The job of Barbara is going to be to cart. As you probably guessed. What that means is she's going to have to hide out in the edge of the field for now, because we can't pull that gate open. I'm just going to have to keep an eye on how our husband is doing, because he's currently on 23%, which is a lot higher than I thought he'd be by now. He's only just making the turn. And this was the short end. So can't imagine how much he's going to get from the long end. We'll have a quick check and see if this field's been fertilised. If it has, this harvester is going to really struggle, I think. I know it's barley, but even still. Composition, it's got weeds in. Oh, but it's fertilised twice. Oh, okay. So, let's see how we get on then. I would put Barbara on a courseplay course, but I think it'll go horribly wrong with the gate and all the tight turns. Don't think it'll go well at all. No. We'll just go and see how Alex is doing. Might as well follow him for now. He's filling up fairly fast. Not actually that fast. I think I was worrying a bit too much though. I think we're probably going to be okay. So he's got 24 minutes of work left. So we've got a couple of these harvesting jobs on the go. We'll only get one of them done today. And what I'll probably do is time-lapse that as well. So let's just quickly get over to Barbara, because I think, my dear girl, you're going to be in the way. I need to park you right off the track here. Yep. And let's just see where Alex is. I'm really hoping he can make that turn easily. That's looking good. Only problem is his pipe's on the wrong side. He's going to have to drive in the crop to get him emptied. Well, at least we can now pull out of the trees, and we've got a slightly better parking space. He's on 60%, so we'll just keep an eye on him for now. And once we've got the first one done, I think what I'll do is I'll time-lapse him. So let's go back to him. Because I put him on smooth, he's missing the corner slightly, but I don't like that. I can deal with that. I can always go and tidy it up again at the end. Not a big deal at all. I'd rather he did that than bumping into the corners, trying to perform 90-degree turns. That would not go well. And because he's on courseplay, actually, what he will do is he'll back out. It's something nice that they do on courseplay. If the pipe is in the header, they will back out of the pipe is in the header. Really? Let me try that again. If the pipe is in the crop, the courseplay driver knows what's going on, and he'll back out of the crop and pull away from it, so that he can make sure you can get in around him to be filled up, to fill up, which is good. Let's just hop inside. Struggling a bit up the hill. Looks like we're getting a bit of wheel slip as well. Which I'm surprised about. This harvester's not that small. Not really. It is still a combine harvester. This isn't a very... I was going to say a very steep hill, but I think actually it is quite steep, really. And we're currently weighing 14 tons on a 150 horsepower engine, I think. So look, 160. 160 horsepower engine. Oh, I don't know. I think he should be okay, but it is heavy. And I'm aware I'm rambling a bit as well. But it's looking like Alex is almost ready. Ah, there you go. So you can see he's pulled out. So off we go, Barbara. We'll drive the long way round. And we've got our message there. TX32, work tool needs to be unloaded. And of course we know that TX32 is actually Alex. This is one of the nice things about using Courseplay, I think. It does these intelligent bits, like pulling out of the crop. The worker doesn't do that. The worker just sits there and expects you to get into the crop, which is very stupid. So we can see here. Just make this turn. Ooh. It's not come out of the crop very well. It's a good job there's no crop destruction on worked fields, really. Let's get filling. As long as we stay underneath him, he will not move. I believe if we start trying to move at all, he will try to pull forward. And I don't want him to pull forward yet. But that's Alex almost done. And it filled us. There we go. That filled us to 47%, so we can get 2 loads in here, which is very good news. So we'll wait for him to pull off. There we go. I don't think this is a good place to park, actually, because he really swings around when he takes those corners out there. This is probably a better place. So like I said, now we will just time-lapse Alex doing his thing. And every now and again you will see me unload and maybe even go and drop some grain, which let's just check where the grain needs to go. For field 2, deliver the barley to Top Hill. Top Hill is up here, where we delivered before. Oh, that's really easy actually. Just straight up and around. Nice. So, I'll see you in a few minutes once this is all done. So welcome back. You've joined me just as I'm about to take over from the worker. He's been doing a wonderful job. Just dismiss that course. There we go. Yes, he's been doing a wonderful job, but now it's time for us to finish. So we've got quite a few little bits to do. We did also have an accident, which, I'll be honest, I wasn't actually looking at the screen at that second, so I didn't even notice there had been an accident for a short while afterwards. Not really what you're supposed to do, but yes, there we go. So we're going to take every piece of crop. The reason for this is, with the new version of Farming Simulator 19, which we're on now, you get a big bonus for for harvesting all the crop, because basically the game has decided you need X amount, say 20,000 is what they expect you to deliver. Everything you deliver past that, i.e. if you harvest all the field, you get to keep it. That's kind of like the way it worked in 17 as well, where you didn't have to complete the whole field. But because we're now tasked with selling the crop as well, when we go to dump it, we'll hit the 100% mark that the game has set up for that field, the amount that it expects us to get. And as soon as we hit the 100% mark, we get all of the profit from anything else we sell. So certain crops, things like canola, soybeans, potatoes, they can prove very, very lucrative. Let me just lift this, because we're struggling a bit here. They can prove lucrative if you actually harvest everything. So, of course, that's what I try to do. Let's just back up a bit. You can see we've got a sort of a nice line here of bits that have been missed. So let's just get back down. So we're going to try and take every single tuft of wheat. Barley it is. There we go. That way we can make as much money as possible from this, because of course that is the aim of the game. In real life, I don't think it would work like that. You know, if you did a job for a farmer, got a feeling they would keep all of what you got. Then again, you'd probably only be delivering it to a silo, and on this, you don't deliver it to the farmer's silo, you deliver it to the shop of his or her choosing. So, I guess you kind of, in reality, he would keep the money. But as this isn't reality, it's a game, you get to keep some, which is always good. Oh, I wonder if that area meter actually works. Let's have a quick check to see how much we've harvested today, or in total, if I can remember where. Harvested hectares, total 4.19. This is showing hectares as 373. No, so I don't think it does work. That's a shame. But, oh well. Let's get this header back down. Hopefully we can take this piece out in one go. It's looking good. I have to say, I think this header is actually the perfect size for the fields on this map. I'm very, very thankful for that, because I was really dreading finding that this harvester was also too small. That would have been an absolute nightmare for us. But it looks good, so I'm happy. Now let's just continue on. It does feel vastly underpowered on this hill, which I'm still really surprised about. I thought we'd be fine. Apparently not. Nice field there next to us. What is that? It looks kind of like canola. It is oat. Oh yeah. Puh. That was kind of obvious because it looks exactly like the icon. So surprisingly, it is oat. Or should I say unsurprisingly? You can see I was really being serious when I said about trying to take out every single tuft. That is really what I'm trying to do. We did make one delivery during the time lapse. That was 52%. And it wasn't a full trailer. So I haven't been able to work out really how much they're expecting. I could have done the calculation while he was harvesting, but I don't know why. I didn't do it. So I'm not sure how much there's going to be left over afterwards. Of course, one of the things that does make a difference with harvesting and getting the extra money is if at the time you're selling for the farmer, it's a good price. If it's a bad price, you don't have a choice because you're selling it to complete the mission, not selling it to get some money for yourself. That's a side product of what you're doing, which is kind of annoying. I have before been a bit cheeky and held off on selling for a little while, because of course the leased machinery, if you use that, doesn't cost you anything. So I've just left the leased machinery in a field, waited until the price has gone up, and then gone back and then gone and sold it. That was something like soybeans, I think, which it was probably the worst price I'd ever seen for soybeans. So I didn't want to sell it then. Can we swing in and take some of this? Okay, that looks at it. Good, good. Hopefully this is one last piece now. The turning circle on this harvester is atrocious. But it looks like we've got that. One tuft, and then we will call it quits. We'll get this delivered. Look at that. Perfect. So off we go. Let's back out of here. Put our pipe out. And we can switch off the engine, hop over to Barbara, who still does have the engine running, good. I'm really enjoying this little tractor. I think it's great. It's not very fast, but it's got plenty of horsepower, which is what we need. Let's get this emptied. I really hope we can fit everything in. Have a quick check. 500 litres left. It should be good. So while that's filling up, just get out and open the gate. And there we go. That stuff's done. Let's get that in. And Barbara can go and take this up to the shop and see how much money we make out of the excess. If there is any excess. Let's just put those beacon lights on. That was a terrible turn. There we go. At some point, I really want to wash the trailer, but the tractor. The problem I've got is that we don't have a yard, so we're using the field. We're using part of our field. Now, a Karcher pressure washer does require electricity, as far as I'm aware. There's no electricity in our field, so we can't do that, which is a little bit annoying. Just going to have to keep a dirty tractor for a while, I think. So, let's Let's watch this go. Just keep an eye on the money in the top corner. Try and get it into a place where you can see it well. There we go. And away we go. So let's see how we do. Contract finished, yeah. Look at that rocket up. The price of barley must be really high. Perfect. So we got 3,000 for harvest income. What price is barley at? Only at 743. Surprising. But if we now go here, we can see. Okay. I've had this a few times now. Only seems to be on mod maps. And I don't know if it's the multiple missions that's causing it, actually. It could be. So, obviously, we delivered everything. You saw that happen. But it comes up with missing crops. So we end up having a minus. So if I collect that now, we've got 10,000. 2,066 in contract income. It's a slightly strange bug. I think I'm going to have to remove the multiple missions. But, £10,000. That is excellent. It's 5,000 more than when we started. So I'm not going to complain at all about that. We will get back down to the yard we were just in, which is the yard of the farmer who we're doing the work for. So he doesn't mind us using it for, packing up and things like that. We'll quickly get back down there. And let's just get into the field. We will use the farmer's field for a minute. So, we successfully made some money, which is always good. So I think we're going to leave it there for today. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you again soon. Bye bye.